The fun part about Alliance Quest, I guess, is welcome back to the channel. All right, a little bit of welcome back to me too. I've been out sick with COVID for the last, it's going to be a week by the time this video goes live. Thank you for all the kind words of support on the community posts and definitely in my Discord server. It truly did mean a lot to me. It hit me pretty hard. But I'm back, I'm pumped up, and I want to cover it in my last war video. I specifically mentioned out, I'm like, this is gonna be my last war video for Loki for quite a while, if not maybe ever. And the fact of the matter is I did leave. In fact, here, I'm gonna start the video and this should be on loop, is me leaving. I started a whole new alliance. You'll kind of see what that was about. And then, I'm not kidding, less than 18 hours later, I was back in the alliance. I'm going to explain that, kind of what happened there. And then this is going to truly be basically a state of the game, because I do think there are some amazing things going on with our game right now, but there's also some serious problems, some just downright flat out negatives that we need to talk about. I want to tell you my thoughts, and then I want to get your thoughts on them too. And then if you'll do me a favor, let me know what you think about them. And then also if there's other stuff you want to hear covered, because myself and the rankings team are going to do a trending video. For those who aren't familiar, those tend to be significantly longer, where we go over a lot of the issues or current issues or topics that are involved or exciting or negative in our game. And we'll get that out probably in about a week. It obviously depends on when you see this and how that kind of works out. In this video, we're going to talk about quite a few things. We're going to talk about Battlegrounds and why that was really the catalyst for a lot of my thinking on all of this. We're going to talk about Alliance War, Alliance Quest, the input systems, and why is compensation stopping again? If someone could let me know, I'd really appreciate that. And then modders, and why I think that is a massive, massive issue, not just for Battlegrounds, but could spell a real problem for the game itself, and also pretty much kill the golden goose, which is Battlegrounds, before it even gets off the ground. Let's go ahead and jump in and start talking about all of this. All right, as I said, I am back in the Alliance for Loki very quickly. I'm not leaving on my vacation until the middle of next month, so the middle of June. And so that's going to be kind of towards the end of the final week of next season, war season, which was originally my plan on when I was going to be leaving. In the middle of this last season, the one that just ended, a lot of the stuff that we're going to talk about today occurred to me. And I told my BG leaders, my answer, I'm like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I just can't. I still enjoy going to Alliance War with you all, and I love that experience, but there's so much about it now that's just crushing my desire to do it. And Alliance Quest is horrible, and I don't want to just constantly be letting my friends down, because I do feel like the people in 4Loki are my friends. I would love to hang out with them in real life. I hang out with them a lot online and in this game and on Discord. So to me, they're my friends. I'm accountable to them, and I want to give them my best. And I was aware I just wasn't, or I couldn't. They ended up having someone who needed to step away from the game. They got very short notice. And so they asked me, hey, do you want to come back, finish out that season, or do this next season as you had intended? You know, you can work on it. It'll be great. It'll be awesome. We understand all the scenarios. And I was like, yeah, you guys are cool with it. I will give you my best for the next season, and then I will be leaving on my vacation, and we can make it all work that time. And they're like, yep, that's great. That's awesome. And so who knows? I believe, in this game, right? I will fully be leaving the Alliance for Loki at the end of this next war season, and I will be taking at least a month and a half break. What happens after that, I don't know. My hope is that a lot of the issues we're going to talk about in this video get fixed. I am back in 4Loki, having a blast doing Alliance War, and Alliance Quest is gone forever. But we will see. As far as the channel is concerned, we're not stopping. I said in that video, we're just getting started. I'm having so much fun in the game itself, having so much fun with you all on my Discord server, and then of course with my friends with 4Loki, that I do not see any of this ending anytime soon. I feel like we should knock on wood, and we'll get to that. Now, let's get to all of this. How did this start? What happened? What's going on? And all of this starts off for me with Battlegrounds. It's the base for all of this. It's the catalyst, let's say. And there's a reason for that. And there's three reasons. Three. It's fun, it's dynamic, and it only takes like 15 minutes. If you're anything like me, often, you'll find yourself with a 15-minute window where you can play the game. or you can get away from something for 15 minutes. You can get in a full Battleground. Sometimes you can even get in 2 in that. But finding 2-3 hour slots, or just not knowing when you're gonna, and having to be accountable to other people and on their time schedules, that's a whole other issue. Also, it's dynamic. No matter what, it is different than it was before. Even if you have to fight the same opponent 3 times over, I guarantee, I would bet anyways, that you're not gonna have the exact same draw. There's just no way. The odds are so astronomically unlikely that you would have the exact same draw and they will have the exact same draw. It's just not possible. I guess there's this outrageous chance, but you get my point. It's dynamic, it's different, it's fluid. You're constantly having to think, you're using your full roster. If you lose, it's okay, you just go again, or you know, it's a best 2 out of 3. So one death, one poor play, one mistake isn't fatal. It's not final. You don't have to wait 48 hours before you can quote unquote redeem yourself. It's an amazing mode. And as long as Kabam doesn't just mess it up, this game's got another 3-4 years easy, maybe 5, 6, who knows? But a significant stretch of time. All they got to do is not mess it up. They don't even have to make it better. In my opinion, they just keep with the 3 or 4 nodes that they've had listed for the beta, recycle those in and out, clear up one of the problems that we're going to talk about here towards the end, hand out some rewards, and good job, team. You did it. You didn't mess it up. I think they can do that. Now, what are the other problems? Why is this a negative? Like, dude, I thought this was, you promised a lot of negatives here. Come on, complain. We want some outrage, right? Well, here it comes. Alliance War. Up until Battlegrounds came in, Alliance War was the most dynamic mode in the game, meaning it could change, it was fluid. Everything else was static. Definitely AQ, we'll get to AQ, but story mode, event quests, like story mode is all the same. Once you beat it, it's never changing. It's never changing anyway. Unless they nerf something, but that's a different issue. Alliance War though, at least like every other day, someone would set a defense and you would go in and attack it with your alliance mates. And that camaraderie is still there. And I love that. But some of you even started commenting on my war videos last season. You're like, hey dude, you're starting to say the same things over and over. And I was like, I know. I don't know what else to say. I know not everyone watches every war video. I'm also taking the exact same fights every war. Like if I log on at for me, it's 11 o'clock, and I log on and I see Mojo on Feats of Indestructible 2, I'm like, God. Or I see MCoC on 54, or I see a Nimrod on 52. I'm like, no, please stop it. In fact, in one of the last videos, I was like, please stop placing Nimrod on the Alliance War boss node. He's just not going to get a kill, at least not in tier 1. If they have a Spider-Man 99, a Miguel champion, ranked even at rank 3, I'm sure he's going to, he or she, or they are going to solo that fight. I got tired of it, but because not everyone sees every video, I think, well, I'm going to teach. I always like to entertain. I do war videos because I think we can all learn from it. We can take that information, use it in questing or rank ups or the whole thing, but not if we don't talk about the interactions and the defenders and the attackers, right? So I do. I was like, yeah, you're right, dude. I am saying the same thing every time. I'm aware of it. I'm bored of it. So Alliance War got boring, especially in light of, in comparison to, in contrast to Battlegrounds. Not to mention, you can do Battlegrounds in 15 minutes. Alliance War, it was not uncommon. It's not uncommon. I have a difficult schedule. My battle group always works around as best they can, and I appreciate the heck out of it. But other people have lives too, and they're like, hey, I'm on a date. I'm going to dinner. I'm seeing my parents. I'm going out with some buddies. I'm going camping. So then it becomes like, hey, can you clear? Well, no, I'm not here now. What about in 3 hours? Yeah, I can in 3 hours. And now it's like, okay, wait, guys, in 3 hours, I'm supposed to be doing this. And then someone's like, I'm going to be asleep. So this level of coordination that is demanded by the map, it just became too much. It became too much, and it is too much. Now, I know some of you are like, hey, you don't have to do that. And you're right, I don't. And that's part of why I was choosing to step away from 4 Loki. But Battlegrounds has shown me that Kabam knows, or at least now should know, all of that is not fun. No one likes that. We don't want to play this game because we're being scheduled or we're being told we have to log in. We want to play and log in because it's fun to log in and play the game. We want to step aside and make time for it because we want to. Not because someone else, our friend, who we don't want to let down, is only available during this 10-minute window. So we now are leaving a movie or leaving a dinner or leaving a family movie night, or whatever, because that's when they're free. All you have to do is change the map, remove the links, maybe just assign fights to people, right? Like the alliance leader or the BG leader can just be like, okay, they can see all the fights and then just assign them to people. Here you go. And then if some fights don't go down or something like that, then they can assign backups. I'm sure that if you thought about this, there'd be ways to do this without making it so that people have to line up and coordinate these schedules amongst 10 people. I don't know. I just feel like there's got to be some very simple solutions, including maybe making the attack window 48 hours. Now, if Alliance War has gotten redundant and stale, Alliance Quest. I mean, that is truly, literally the exact same fights over and over. The fun part about Alliance Quest, I guess, is there's literally nothing fun about Alliance Quest. Like, I've asked on stream more than once if anyone in the audience can tell me, like, if anyone can tell me that if they like Alliance Quest, please, I won't make fun of you. Speak up, let me know, what is it you like about Alliance Quest? I had one person tell me that they like it. And here was their reason, more or less. They like it because they could go into a mode and try something. And if it didn't work, if they died, their alliance didn't suffer for it. And I can't say that they're wrong, right? I'm not here to yuck their yum. They like that. I'm not going to tell them that they shouldn't. But I will say this. You can do that in literally any other mode of the game except for Alliance War. It's not unique to Alliance Quest. You could go into Story Quest and be like, I'm gonna knock it out with my 3-star Nightcrawler, and you all can't stop me. And you can do that all day. You could literally do that all day. That's not unique to Alliance Quest. And that was the one person who said something that they liked about it. And even if you're like, well, I really like that initial week, man, that's 1 week where we're trying to figure it out. And I guarantee you your officers are getting pretty bored of it. And then we do it. And the best thing that can happen in Alliance Quest, the best thing, is you don't use items. So it's not fun. You're doing it because you want the rewards with your friends. You don't want to let them down. And the best thing that can happen is you don't get punished. That's a pretty bad deal. Like, I'm not the best negotiator in the world, but if you come out of your negotiations with, hey, look, here's how it's going to work from now on. We're going to do something that's horribly not fun. We're going to do it every day. It's always going to be exactly the same. They might make it a little bit harder with these rotating globals. And the best part is, dude, if you don't mess up, you won't get punished. I'll be like, you just negotiated the worst deal ever in the history of deals. It sucks. It needs to be scrapped completely, gone away. And Battlegrounds has highlighted just how bad it is. There's nothing much else to say about it. If you disagree, please let me know. Inputs. I remember saying towards the end of last year, in multiple videos, I kept saying it over and over because a lot of you asked about it. I was like, look, if we're in March and we're still having input issues, I give them till March. And I thought I was being like, woo, I'm throwing that deadline way out there. This will be solid by January. Easy. Come on. Well, we're way past March. And here's the worst part about this. They kind of had fixed it. Not last season, but the season prior, I also wanted to step away from Loki because the inputs had gotten so bad. I felt like I feel like I no longer have control over my champion. Like, my mistakes aren't mine. I make mistakes. I do, plenty. I don't need help making them. And then Kabam came out with this refractor, and they were letting the CCP test it. And it was great. It got me to keep playing. I was in love with war again. And I told everyone, I'm like, look, I'm still going to make some mistakes. And I did. I don't remember. I had like 1 or 2 deaths after that. But my mistakes were my own. I could control my champion again. My movements were my movements. Once in a while, there was something, but I think a lot of that was just me getting used to the new timing, but it was consistent. And then what we were told was that refractor went live to everyone. Something happened. Because input issues were rampant again. Now, some sort of fix went out, I guess, and now you opt in or you opt out of, I honestly don't know. But I also know that compensation is stopping. At least that's what I believe. That's what I feel like I'm reading, or has happened. So that is stopping while input issues are still happening, which to me doesn't correlate, doesn't make sense, which is not how all of this was supposed to work. Compensation came out because there were input issues, not just because. And it was understood, maybe it was never written, but it was understood that that would continue until the input issues were fixed. Input issues are not fixed. Compensation is ending. 1, why? 2, why aren't input issues fixed? The refractor came out and was working fine. Then the game got updated and seemingly broke the refractor, or not? Basically, what the H is going on, and why won't you tell us? And also, why is the compensation stopping if inputs aren't fixed? I'd love to know any and or all of that. And then last, and I honestly think this one, I don't know if it's necessarily important, because I actually believe the alliance modes are the most important, and I'll explain that very briefly. I believe that the alliance modes are the most important because that's what's getting you to play with your friends. And I think that's what makes us the most sticky of customers, of players of this game, is if we're enjoying the social aspects of it. Because if the social aspects of it, the alliance modes become so stale, and there's this other mode that's so dynamic and fun, then basically you're just playing a single player game again. And I don't think I need to tell you. You guys all know this. You all know this. Those are the easiest games to walk away from. When things get frustrating, when there's input issues, when there's poor communication, when new champions come out and the abilities don't make any sense, and you're frustrated and you're annoyed, it's hanging out with your friends that keeps you playing the game. That's what keeps you logging on, checking line chats, or Discord. I think that's a real problem. I hope Kabam knows it, and I'm going to obviously submit this in so they can see it. Fix Alliance War, fix Alliance, get rid of Alliance Quest. Like, start over, scrap, whole new thing. Because it's not fun, guys. It's not. And we know that we're basically being trained to just log in all the time. We know it when it was happening. We've known it for years. You make a fun game. Rely on that as our reason for logging in. Now, the biggest issue, what could truly kill the golden goose, which is the Battlegrounds, is modders. In the first week, I fought quite a few, but my highest I've ever been on the leaderboard is 22, I believe. I'm not going to be the number 1 player. I would bet a lot of money that I will never be the number 1 player in this game. But I'm a good player. I have a good roster, a very good roster. But that doesn't matter. That's not why I want modders not there. I don't want the modders there because it undermines the integrity of the whole game mode. The most fun game mode, the dynamic, the amazing, what I think gives the game another 4 to 5 years on its own as it is. The whole integrity of it is undermined if there's modders atop the leaderboard or if they're able to be there at all. No one wants to log in and play this game knowing that they're cheated out of the outcome. Like, I just can't imagine any game in the world existing where people are like, oh yeah, I got cheated, but that's cool, man. I'm gonna log back in and try again, even though I can visibly see that there's a good chance I'm gonna get cheated out of it. It just makes no sense. It's obvious that they're modding. They shouldn't be there anymore. And if any folks who are modders are seeing this, like, I don't know. We have very different ideas of fun. We have very different ideas of fun. And the fact of the matter is like, no one thinks you're legitimately on the leaderboard. I don't know why you're doing it. I really don't. But, man, do something about it. You're getting the reports. You've set up a system for reports. Don't make this the button on the elevator that actually doesn't do anything. You know, we know when you get on the elevator, it's just there to make the person feel better. After a while, we're all just going to understand that's all this is the button on the elevator. Do something about it. Ban them. Do not let them play this game. And then the conclusion. Why am I still so upbeat? Why am I like, oh, I'm going on vacation. I'll be back and I'm excited. And hopefully Alliance War gets updated. It's because I still absolutely love the general game. It is fun collecting all these champions and figuring out how they work together and then tackling the fights. Like, it is a blast. Kabam puts out, in general, an incredibly fun game. I often compare it to a leaky house that you live in. A house you love, but when it rains, it's really leaky and you know it is, and the floor creaks because it's old. It's an old house. But you love that house. And the other part is I really love, I guess let's call them my neighbors, or my housemates, my roommates. Those are my alliance mates, and all the people on my Discord server that I hang out with all the time. It's just fun. I enjoy it. And this is our old creaky house that we all live in. It doesn't happen. And my like I said, my hope, and why I don't cover this stuff all the time or stuff like that, is because I want to enjoy that experience. I enjoy playing the game, just like you. I just happen to make videos on it as well. And the things I enjoy. And I think you'll enjoy too. But what I worry about, what made me finally tell 4Loki, like, guys, I need a break. And what I could see making me say, like, I'm not coming back. I don't know. I'll figure that out while I'm on vacation in August. July and August. Is if basically me and all my neighbors and friends just don't like the house anymore and we decide to move. That's what I don't want to see happen. And with Battlegrounds, it's showing us how much is wrong with our neighborhood. Keep using the analogy. It shows us how much is wrong with the game, while also showing us how awesome the game can actually be. Thank you so much for watching. I know, you know me, I have a tendency to talk, and I like going over stuff. I like the nuance. Let me know what you think. Let me know about these topics. If I forgot to cover something, let me know. If you think I'm wrong, let me know. Just do it respectfully, because I enjoy those conversations. I learn from them. And let me know what you'd like to see myself and the rankings team talk about. We do have a whole separate channel set up for that on the Discord server, which you're more than welcome to join. Just ask me for the invite. Or you can put those comments right here on the comment section of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.
I hope you either learned something, were entertained, or even better, a little bit of both. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.